Well, if you watched part one, this is part two. If you watched part one of the July tour, you saw me standing about 2 foot over there and closing the video just a minute ago. And this is part two of with the outer beds. And of course, the blueberries behind me are going crazy, all kinds of new growth. There's some stress in here too, but I'm really excited to see where this goes the next season or so, because I've never had blueberries before. So I'm learning. And if you have any advice, please let me know. We are doing the feeding thing. We're doing a little bit of acidifying on the soil. Not a lot, but we are at the appropriate times, of course, not right now. But we've been getting some decent rain. We are watering every other day, and we are in Destin, Florida, in the Panhandle. And it's been pretty hot weather. Yeah, I mean, hot, I say hot. It's been 90s, low 90s. Most days, some days I hadn't even gotten to 90. So it's been pretty good. I rarely complain anyway, but I certainly have nothing to complain about here. Even though I don't like the heat, it's good. But yeah, so let's take a look around here. I've got to show you this Kiwano. The Kiwano vine have been nutso. In fact, you can kind of maybe see, yeah, well, let me just turn the camera around and we'll get you a good view of the garden and not me. Okay, so here we are on the blueberries. The white fence. There's some mint down there. I did harvest a lot of mint. I missed this one though, obviously. More blueberries, and coming back here to the beehive, you can see the bees around behind there. I gotta move a little slow because they haven't been quite friendly, but look at this thing growing. And it's actually growing right up to the beehive. And I'm afraid it's gonna overwhelm it, but this stuff, this Kiwano, I'm very disappointed. It is growing tons and tons and tons of green stuff, but no blooms, not a single bloom on it. So I don't know if it's going to do anything, and it's starting to take over other stuff, and which is not what I want to see. Okay. I'm gonna step in here and try not to fall. Was that a bloom? I don't think it was. Well, it sure looks like it could be. I think that's the same stuff I've been seeing. No blooms though anywhere, which is very disappointing, because if this thing doesn't create blooms, it's going to be a waste of space. I did just pick a cantaloupe from underneath here. You can see the red-orange bag under there. I picked that the other day. And we come around this side and you'll see there is another cantaloupe up under, ooh, I don't want to step on that bee. There's another cantaloupe right there, kind of getting itself ripened. And so yeah, this is the cantaloupe, the Hales Best Jumbo that I'll be honest, I'm not too excited about that one. Rosemary is still growing. I'm having to defend it from the cantaloupe, of course, but you can see it's kind of wilting. There the bees have their water in the bird bath, but I do have a cantaloupe right here. Oh, look at this! It's gonna go. I have a feeling that's gonna go bad. That's probably not gonna be good. So we'll see what we can get out of it. There's another one about that size over here. But I do have a nice big, well, no, let's not go there. Jalapenos, we've got some jalapenos that I need to pick pretty soon. I see some red ones over there. I see 2 red ones down there, little tiny ones. The fig trees, they are not producing, but they are growing, so that's a good thing. We do have elephant ears. I wasn't sure what the big leaf things were. They are, in fact, elephant ears. And we have several of those over there. I'm gonna have to figure out a control for those, but you can see the Kiwano has taken over that chocolate mint plant over there, and the chocolate mint seems to be surviving right now for the most part, but if I don't get buds out of this soon, I'm gonna have to end up cutting out whatever I can of that, because it's just getting to be too much. This is kind of exciting. I did notice that down here we have a possibility of a zucchini under here. And look at there. Look at there. That's a zucchini. And there's another one down there. So I'm holding out hope. This vine, which is highly insect eaten, has grown and rooted along here. It's come up. I think it's probably rooted again underneath there somewhere. But I'm still holding out hope for zucchini. Not a lot, but I am holding out hope. It's been a little discouraging. We have gotten a lot of these Blacktail Mountain watermelons, and they're pretty good size. They're a nice personal size. Mrs. Bowtie and I can split one. You can see I still haven't planted out the Loquat hedge. I'll try to remember to show you the Loquats here in a few minutes. I think I have 5 or 6 of them left that are growing. I'm trying to wait for them to get a little stronger before I do something like planting them out in the ground. You can see there's another watermelon there and a small one here that just hasn't really grown much at all. Sunflowers are kind of getting to the end of their usefulness of any kind. Another pomegranate. The lemon here, this lemon has not produced a lot of lemons. There are a few on it, but it's not done great. This is the Dragon Cayenne, and it does have some cayenne peppers that are ready to harvest. So this thing's been a producer for 2 years now. It's been wonderful. So I definitely want to grow some more of those. This is okay, so this is the area where the potatoes were, and I planted 2 potatoes in a grow bag recently. Very excited. More citronella. I have these sitting right here underneath the sprinkler head so they get good water. Those other 2 are just extras for right now. I'll stick another one in there as soon as I have something to trim. Okay, so yeah, these Crimson Sweet have not been a producer. Of course, they are in the shade. They like the sun a lot more than I'm giving them. And so the only 2 that I had, in fact, there's one over here. I was thinking I had already picked it, but this is what's happening to them. They're just failing. And again, not enough sun. They like their sun. So this little lemon tree in a pot is producing more lemons than that other tree is. There's some chocolate mint down in this grow bag that's kind of struggling. Again, weeds. These Nasturtium are going though. That's kind of interesting. And that's weeds right there. But the Nasturtium are kind of going good in the shade. Have to remember that. This is the Ray's Hungarian Black, and oh, looky here, I've got a bell pepper coming up. Looky there, that's cool. And then of course the Thai Hot, which is still just producing like crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Lots of Thai Hots. Okay, so now, see, this Crimson Sweet gets a bit more sun during the day, a bit more light, and look, this is the biggest one I've had so far. So that actually looks good. I've got it on this to keep it out of the dirt in the hopes of saving it from insect damage. I'm kind of scanning around to see if I can see any others. I do not, as I'm just scanning around here, but they do pop up. I've had a few surprises already in the cantaloupe bed. I won't be surprised if I get a surprise in here. But there's a Bee Balm right down in there related to mint that's actually kind of blends in pretty good, but it does seem to be thriving. I'm kind of waiting for that to flower. I'd like to see that thing flower and see the bees take off after it. Here's another orange tree. This thing looks like the other 2 orange trees. It is producing a lot of oranges. It looks very strong. So we're kind of being hopeful. It's not a huge orange, but it does have quite a few oranges on it though. come around here between the okra and the raised bed, and our onion patch is actually looking pretty good. I haven't done much to this. I have decided this is going to be the corn patch next year. It's kind of protected here from the wind, but it is also, but you can see it also gets a lot of sun. And oh wow, there's another big old spider's web. Glad I didn't walk into that. Here's another one of those grasses that we like so much. This doesn't have as much sun, so it's not quite as far along. Oh, there's some seed pods. Not quite as far along. Lemon tree, lemon tree, lemon tree, lemon tree, pomegranate, which is growing pomegranates. Another pomegranate back there. Oh, and there is a pomegranate right there. This is the rosemary. Pretty good sized bush here. It goes from there all the way over to here. And I've trimmed off of this, and so it's bushing out pretty good. Another Meyer lemon tree. Looking pretty good. Little sunspots on those. I picked a couple of these with sunspots. Ooh, that rosemary smells good. And there's some, I believe that's peppermint right there. Kind of buried in there. More aloe, spearmint here. And then we come around to the loquats. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of them. So I had 7 little pots here. 5 of them are taken off. They're looking good. Very happy with the way they're looking and growing strong. So those 5 trees are going to become our loquat hedge. There's another peppermint or chocolate mint or something right there next to it. But check out the aloe blooming. Is that not just the neatest thing? Just beautiful. So enamored with the aloe blooming. So a couple more pomegranates that are producing small fruit. I do have a lot of that wood chip mulch from the road down in here. This is where I put my grass, and then I put it on top of my active compost bin as it goes. And of course, there's lots of flies out here. But let's see, what do I have in the hot box right now? I think it is mint. Yeah, mint. Got a big old bundle of mint under there. My mint was flowering, and I had to trim off the flowers. But anyway, so yeah, I have noticed the okra. I covered this already, but it's already a foot taller from when I did the raised bed garden tour for the month 2 weeks ago. So, and I got to show you this one flower. I saw this morning. It is amazing. Huge, huge flower. Just amazing. There's a bunch of them in here. This thing is really starting to produce lots and lots of okra now. In fact, I need to get out here and cut some. I see a few that need to get cut. So there you go, the outer beds for July 2022. And inner beds have not done much more. I will give Kerry an update here on her tomato plants. They are getting tall, Kerry. They're calling out for you. Maybe they'll have buds by the time you get back to Destin. So, and the ginger, everything's growing good. Well, that's it. I did everything kind of out of order. Did part 3 back in the middle of the month because things were happening. This is, of course, is the bean wall here. It's not producing many beans right now. Very disappointed. But we're learning about beans. We're figuring them out. Tomatoes and all that other stuff, and we'll have some of these in different places next year to try another location. But yeah, there you go. That's the end of July. And be sure to like this video and share with others. Most of all, be sure to subscribe. We're trying to get 100 subscribers right now so we can get our custom URL and create more and better content. If you didn't catch it, be sure to go back and look at our pepper fermenting video we did recently. Very excited about that. I had 3 taste testers taste our first batch of the year and got rave reviews. So anyway, that's about where we're at though. So it's been a good month. It's been hot. I've been very busy with work, and so not a lot has gotten done in here, obviously. Lots of weeds, but we're working on it and working on the balance. So we've only been here 9 months and 1 day as of right now. And yeah, 9 months and 1 day as of today in this new house. So wish you the best. Maybe that'll get you out there to just grow something. I firmly believe that a lot of problems can be solved if we just go out and grow a plant or two. If that's all you have room for, grow a plant or two. And you can grow tomatoes indoors and outdoors. You can grow lots of things. Tiny Tim tomatoes can be grown on a windowsill, and they don't get very big. And of course, cucumbers. I harvested 20 of them last week and gave most of them, all but one away. Yeah. So there you go. We will see you next month, and keep an eye out for more videos. And as always, wishing you to have a blessed day.